Oh, hey, we are live. What's up? What a day. Oh my God. The Black Sabbath thing has just been kind of insane, you guys. I know, sorry I'm so late. But it was exactly as busy as I thought it was going to be today. Plus the Black Sabbath thing happened. So, yeah, I did the podcast today with Steve Gorman. So, new episode of The Black Room coming next week. And hi, Chew. And then I had a meeting with the digital team leader. And now here I am. Plus, all that is the radio station. You guys never get to see this angle. Maybe I should put the computer over here. Well, there's no real shelf space. I would have to move things. But yeah, it has been a day, as they say. So couple things I have learned that the Black Sabbath Ozzy set is definitely not guaranteed. We know that. But clearly they have shored up the lineup with the OMG lineup of lineups. I mean, it's like they took all the Ozfests and then just skimmed all the top bands off of it. And then we're like, we're going to have these bands open up. That way, if Ozzy never makes it out, fine. I have a sneaking suspicion that if Ozzy's not well enough to sing, they will probably still have the Black Sabbath songs get played with other singers singing them. I'm just noticing that, like, by the names that are on that poster. And then Steve Gorman was saying earlier today, he's like, I saw how many bands are on that. And he's like, what, is everybody going to play like 4 songs and that's it? But I think what is going to happen is I think a lot of those people, and this is just me speculating right now, I think a lot of the people listed on the bill are going to be part of an all-star jam kind of thing. You know, I mean, do you notice there's a lot of people listed on there from this band, from that band? I have a sneaking suspicion that Tom Morello is going to do like a Camp Freddy kind of thing and be the director of like an all-star jam of all these guys that is going to be, in theory, just cool to watch, but also potentially supplemental if Ozzy's not well enough to perform. Hi, Dan. Yeah, we did lose Dennis Richmond today. You know what I thought was hilarious in a black humor sort of way was the local news stations, of which he is famous for, couldn't decide on how old he was when he passed away. I was looking it up and I was like, gonna say something on the air. And I did say something on the air, but like half the local news said that he died at 81 and the other half said 82. And I was like, you're the news. You couldn't get that straight. Like the guy was on the air for like 50 years. Doesn't somebody have this written down somewhere? Like, is his birth date not common knowledge? I don't understand. But yeah, Dennis, sorry, hold on. There it is. But yeah, Dennis Richmond's legend. Oh, that's okay, Eben. I've been talking about the Black Sabbath gig like all day, like OMG. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, it was kind of funny because I woke up today and I was in the process of making all my plans to go see Carrie King in Vegas. So I'm, sending emails of like, hey, bro, can you put me on the list? Hey, is it cool if I crash at your place? Hey, this, that, and that, and that, and that. And then all of a sudden it was like, everything exploded. And I had to stop, drop, and be like, how am I getting into this show in Birmingham? What's up, Jesse? Hey, how's Florida? I think you guys have warmed up a little bit, right? I'll be out there. Oh, that's right. You're in like Tampa or some shit. I'll be in Miami in March for the Monsters of Rock cruise. I think I fly in on like March 8th or 9th, and then we set sail on the 10th. I think I'm on the red eye. I love a red eye. But yeah. Yeah, so first things first, the hardest thing to get, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the hotel. So I have booked a hotel in Birmingham for the weekend. It's a refundable hotel, so if everything goes sideways, then I can still cancel it. And I'm pretty sure I've got an in on credentials Worst case scenario, I've got an in on where I can guarantee to buy a ticket. Because it's a benefit. So it's not like there's a bunch of comps out there to be had. It's a benefit. Like, I'm buying a ticket. Sorry, I just got a text from the boss. I got to do that thing that we do every night around this time. Rockville? No, I've never gone to Rockville. I try not to, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I feel like, I don't know if I want to go all the way to the other side of the country for a festival if that's not very different from the festival I could drive to Sacramento and see at Aftershock, right? Like, is Rockville any different than Aftershock? Like, at all? Uh-oh, I hope this works. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't go DND. Oh, nope, we're good. Never mind. What's the date? Oh, the 6th. That's what I was looking for. And if I am going to go someplace to see a festival that's exactly the same as Aftershock, it's going to be someplace that I want to go to and hopefully haven't been yet. Like, not Florida. Okay. That looks lovely. Now I just need to print this. Sorry, I just need to do this for another minute-ish. Okay. Almost. One more thing. One more thing. Wait a second. There we go. Okay. All done. Hi, John. Bye, John. Thanks for stopping in. Jesse, you got Exodus one night and Testament the other night? Why not both? I mean, come on, dude. Can you tell my hair? Oh my God. You know how my hair normally drives me crazy in this live stream because I can see it the whole time? Now it's really going to drive me crazy because I basically had to run out the door today without like anything. This is bedhead for me right now. And I'm all, Dan, I never met Dennis Richmond. Who did I met, Stan, what's his name? My brain is freezing. I met Frank. Sorry, I met Frank Somerville. That's who I met. Frank Somerville and I had we're sitting next to each other for the cable car bell ringing judging contest. I suppose I technically have not been to Daytona, Jesse. You are right on that one, but it is expensive to just go to Florida. Something would have to really put me over the edge to want to go to that. You know, like Black Sabbath. But yeah. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, no, I got it. Okay. Sorry. In my head, I'm just like, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath. Metallica, Pantera, Slayer. Oh my God. What? New Papa Emeritus with Ghost, Gojira. Yeah, sorry. That is where my head has been all day. But yeah, Jesse, I think you got enough money to go to 2 club shows. What would it cost you to go see Exodus one night and Testament the next night? Like 30, 35 bucks each night? You're getting 2 shows for under $100? Do it. Take the days off work. Hi, Jim. Yeah, we all saw the news that retired KTVU anchor Dennis Richmond passed away today at 81 or 82. Depends on which news report you read. What's wrong, Jesse? Are the shows more than like 35 bucks? How much does it cost to go see Exodus these days? Because that's crazy talk. Let me see how much it is to see him here. And I will absolutely say that I am that asshole that 99% of the time is on the list. So, yeah, Exodus and Death Angel with Blind Illusion here is $37.50 plus fees, obs, but still, you're getting out the door for like under 40 bucks, 45, still under $100 for two shows. Dan, you enjoyed his style of news reporting? Oh, yeah. The guy was a legend. PJ, look at PJ and Dan on Twitch. That's kind of awesome. See, Jesse, you ought to come out here on vacation and see a show because we get the good stuff. Death Angel's not going to be playing with Exodus on your show. You can get 2 stones knocked out. I don't know what flights are like. Tampa's not a cheap one. And there's not a lot direct. That's the other part, right? Is the flights. So before this whole Black Sabbath thing exploded, I was trying to get to New York because I want to go see Glengarry Glen Ross on Broadway with like Bob Odenkirk and Kieran Culkin and Bill Burr, and it's like an all-star cast. And I found round trip from SFO to JFK for $300. So now I'm super excited. I'm gonna go to New York in May, and then I'm gonna go to England in June. I was gonna go to LA in April to see Michael Monroe, but now I'm not sure if I can make it because this is way too much. I mean, the cruise is in March. It's true, PJ. Bay Area shows are like family reunions. It's kind of awesome. Hi, Jacob. If I do attend the final show for Black Sabbath, would I buy a fan t-shirt for what? You'll pay oh no, I'm not gonna bootleg merch for you. Or not bootleg, but I'm not gonna be stuffing my suitcase full of merch that I bring back for other people. Sorry. I am very likely going to be traveling as light as possible, which means I will be barely packing my own shit. Hi, Brandon. Did I see that a federal judge is taking action against Musk? I did see the birthright thing. I haven't seen a judgment come through against Musk, but I'm sure we will. Hey, Tracy. What? Are there 3 people on Twitch right now? This is insane. Twitch is popping off today. What's going on? It's a Wednesday too. Like what? PJ, your flight to Vegas for Kerry King was $353 and you forgot to book until today. I booked my Kerry King flight like a week ago and I'm paying like nowhere near that much because I wouldn't be going if I was. What are you talking about, dude? How much was my flight to Vegas for Kerry King? Although I am A-list on Southwest now, which is like, I don't know, having Walmart Plus. Let's see. Huh. What? Isn't it funny how after you pay for a flight, they don't want you to see how much you paid for the flight? They make it really hard to figure it out. Come on. Where's my receipt? This is so weird. My Southwest app will not give me the receipt to show me how much I paid for the flight. Like I'm literally gonna have to look for an email or something. Although it looks like flights are about $50 more each way, depending on when you go. So I'm definitely not changing that. Let's see. When did I book this? Will it tell me that? February 22nd. Okay, so now I know where to find the email. No, wait, I'm leaving on February 22nd. I don't know where to find the email. All right, son of a bitch. PJ, why are you making this so hard? Southwest. Okay. Yeah, okay. Lost my flight home is $78.48 with tax and fees. And where's my other flight? Oh, that was the flight home. And here's the flight to Vegas. My flight to Vegas is $58.48 on Southwest. Hey Jimmy. Not here to bring up the new Fantastic Four flick. Tell me if you like it. I mean, honestly. Jesse, a 4-day pass is $400. Is that for Rocklahoma? You're not selling it, dude. I'd have to fly all the way to wherever Daytona is. I don't even know what the closest airport is to Daytona. Angela, you need to find a hotel. Find a hotel now, because that's going to be the hardest thing. Like, honestly, before I even tried to see if I could get a ticket to this thing, the first thing I did was get a hotel, like immediately. And I've heard from people that they're already having trouble getting hotels. So hang on. It's Billy Idol on 107.7 The Bone. I'm Nikki Blakk, and he's not going to be dancing with himself. He's going to be with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts at the Greek Theater in Berkeley on September 14th. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Why are my headphones so low? Check. There we go. Okay. Oh, I know. I remember why. I turned my headphones down because you know what I noticed yesterday? That the music from my headphones was bleeding into the live stream, and I'll bet you I'm going to get hit with a copyright violation on it. And then they'll make me share my pennies with whoever it was that wrote the songs that I got 10 seconds of on the live stream. PJ, you lagged on the Southwest $69 flights. Is it... You really haven't, though. You should be able to still get them, because usually if you... Oh, have we passed the 21-day mark? That's what it is. If you don't book your flights 21 days out, it is almost impossible to get a decent price. Jesse, you do come out here a couple times a year? Holla at your girl. What up, yo? Hi, Joseph. My day is going awesome, actually. Do you guys know what this is? This is the last piece of equipment, I think, that I'm going to need for my home studio. You guys won't care if I go live from the home studio instead of from the station studio, will you? Will you leave me if I'm just at home instead of in the big San Francisco rock station? I mean, I'll still be on the San Francisco rock station. I just won't be. We're just going to be doing like a work from home broadcast model going forward. It's experimental, but I, for one, am all for not spending 2 hours sitting on my butt in the car commuting in and out of San Francisco. I could still come into the city, just not every single day. Brandon, you had a cheeseburger at In-N-Out today. Should you do 10 Hail Marys to make up for it? I mean, if you had a cheeseburger at In-N-Out, you had a cheeseburger at In-N-Out, dude. If it's possible to boycott businesses that supported something that you were against, then do that. If it's not, then don't. I mean, you're the one who knows that that burger went on to support a political agenda that you're not a fan of. That is also destroying the fabric of our global economy and peace. But you know, that. Dan, Fantastic Four is really hard property to go on, you think? PJ, when do I get into town in Vegas? Well, I have to work. So I fly in Saturday. I'm currently flying in Saturday afternoon, but I'm going to try and change that to an earlier standby flight, and we'll see how that goes. But at the very least, I will be in Vegas by Saturday at like 4-ish. You're going to go to Count Vamped? Who's playing Count Vamped? Hi, Justine. I like how I like how you say hi to everybody when you come in. It's so cute. Do I have the number to the Nikki Blakk travel agency? It's Southwest, brah. I mean, I did 20 Southwest flights last year, which is what bumped me up to A-list status, bitches. Not that that makes any difference. So yeah. Other than that, I travel like everybody else travels. The flight I found, the $300 round trip flight that I found to New York, just popped up on my Fare Watcher. I have airfarewatchdog.com, I think is what it's called. And I just set some routes that I want. And whenever there's a price drop on those routes, it tells me what the price is. And I saw 2 something round trip to New York. And I was like, from SFO. And I was like, what? Click, 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 click. Boom. Done. You know what, Dan? I saw that Fantastic Four, and Jimmy. I saw that Fantastic Four preview trailer, and I just was not digging it at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I'm watching it, and I'm like, this looks dumb. This looks contrived. This looks like they're really trying super hard to make this, like, relate to people. And I'm just, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, you know, but it's like, this is the 3rd big budget Fantastic Four that has the potential to flop. And how many of these are they going to make? I mean, there are other comic properties out there that they could be doing better with, you know, but here we are. Jesse, last time you went to Rockville, Hamilton was the drum tech for Exodus. Oh yeah, Hamilton's still the drum tech for Exodus. Why can't Hamilton hook you up for the EXO show? He's still with them. Call that bro. Call that motherfucker. And be like, yo, Fairfield. At least in my case, I could be all West Side Fairfield, bro. You know, his parents and my parents like live near each other, right? I could like walk to his parents' place from my mom's house. Although I wouldn't, because there's a really big hill. You know, that one hill. Angelus, you're searching after dinner and not knowing the area or transportation stresses you out. I'll tell you what I did. I went to TripAdvisor and I saw the TripAdvisor recommended hotels for Birmingham. And because Birmingham's kind of a rough area. So do not be staying in an Airbnb that's like in the fringes or anything crazy like that. You want to stay close to the city center, from what I understand. And so that's what I did. I got a hotel that was on the recommended list from TripAdvisor that is close to the city center. And it's a brand name. It's a major American named hotel that people were familiar with. That I belong to their point, their like whatever club thing. Because because ironically, when in 22, when I was touring with Jackson Brown, we always stayed at this particular chain. So I had like a status or whatever from it. Not a huge status, but like status enough to be able to book a slightly discounted rate with them. And honestly, I'll tell you, the rate was really reasonable. So if you get in there quickly before everybody else does, you might still get reasonable rates. But from what I understand, it's filling up quick, which means they're going to start raising rates. What I'm saying is, don't wait for dinner. Go book now. But yeah, you can also, wherever you're looking for hotels, Angela, you can go on the map. Just click map view and then zoom in until you find the city center at Birmingham. And then look at the hotels closest to the city center and choose one of those. Dan, you're not a fan of In-N-Out? Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to push that. I used to like In-N-Out, and then I kind of got over it. I don't like waiting around in my car for an hour to place an order. Sometimes it takes forever to get through there. I still like a burger there every once in a while, but for the most part, their family is like super Christian and crazy right wing, and they supported Trump's campaign, and that was a bridge too far for me. And I don't need to eat it In-N-Out because I can always make a better burger at home. If that's my whole thing, right? You know, I'm like, if I'm going to eat something, if I'm going to pay someone for food, it's going to be food I can't make at home. Jimmy, work from home is the only thing you miss about your last gig. I'm telling you, work from home. I can't wait. I can't wait to try it. Justine, you were in bed early. Aw. Oh, so you're just getting up from your nap. You noticed I was late today, right? Well, I'm glad that you're refreshed. You did laundry earlier before, and it was all you could do to make your bed and crawl into it. Aw. I'll be honest, there are times when I will not wash my sheets because I know I'm too tired to make the bed. I will sleep stinky if I have to. I mean, obviously it's not that long, but yeah. Brandon, you honestly didn't know that In-N-Out supported the GOP until I told you. Well, and I don't know if they do it regularly. I just know that they did for sure in the 2016 election because I saw the public records. I don't know if they still do, but that was enough for me to be like, you know what? I don't need you in my life anymore. Justine, name drop at Southwest, right? Like, I'm someone. Like, you could drop my name. Just be like, I heard Nikki Blakk flies Southwest. What's up? Jesse, In-N-Out is trash. Give you Jack in the Box. I mean, at least In-N-Out is family owned. Jack in the Box is like corporate garbage. Like the food quality. As much as I do not like where In-N-Out decides to put their political dollars, I also have to appreciate that they have really high standards of food quality and cleanliness, as opposed to Jack in the Box that's like better than McDonald's, better than Burger King. Although a sourdough bacon jack does sound pretty good right now. All I've had today is like an apple salad. I haven't had time to go eat. I didn't even have time to eat that until an hour ago. And I apparently have burned right through it because now my stomach's growling at the thought of hamburger. Dan, it just feels like the FF get the short end of the stick. Oh, Fantastic Four gets the short end of the stick on movies and sometimes even their comics. Is Fantastic Four getting the short end of the stick, or is it just a situation where Hollywood can't get it together to make a good movie? Here's the problem. What I think the people at the comic end are like, here's this great ensemble. Here's this great opportunity for an ensemble cast and an extended story. And then I think Hollywood studios come in and go, oh yeah, but what we really need is this big CGI effect and like this tumultuous personal relationship. And then we need like a gimmick. So let's have the gimmick be, we'll set them in like a Jetsons universe. So it's retro, but it's future. Like, it's just not working. And It's true, PJ. You really got to book earlier when it comes to flights. I mean, seriously, 21 days is like the minimum. I mean, I'm constantly booking flights. Every time I get an email, like there's a sale at Southwest, I'm like, oh shoot, where do I need to book a flight to? Tracy, you need to have a home studio warming for, a home studio warming for me on the live. That would be amazing. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be in person because y'all aren't coming over to my house. Love you, but no, not that much room at the place. I am looking forward to the hassle of not driving for sure. You thought of me in the weather yesterday? Yeah, that weather was crazy, wasn't it? And I saw so many accidents. You are 100% on the money. There was no shortage of idiot drivers yesterday that do not realize it was storming. And I'm sitting just driving all like cool. And I'm not a grandma driver. I mean, at all. Like, no. And people are just zooming around me. And I'm all, whatever, dude, you're crazy. I don't know about you, but I do know that my little 4-cylinder Honda does not grip the road or corner like it's on rails when it's pouring like that. And other people, they get in these bigger, heavier vehicles and they feel like they have more control and traction, and they do not. And that's why we have accidents. Yeah, good luck, Angela. How lucky that you're going to be in England already. Brandon, Chick-fil-A is super MAGA. Chick-fil-A is not only MAGA, they have contributed actual company dollars to anti-LGBT conversion therapy programs and charities, like actual hate groups. The owner, Dan Cathy, however you say his name, they had to remove him from the board because even though he stopped using Chick-fil-A direct corporate dollars for these contributions, he is still personally contributing just ridiculous amounts of money to these anti-LGBTQ hate groups. Literal hate groups that are on the list of hate groups. Yeah, that's why, fuck Chick-fil-A. I'll never eat there ever, 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 ever. Even if and this is the thing, right? It's so easy for me to do these boycotts most of the time because I already didn't eat at Chick-fil-A because we had Chick-fil-A in Fairfield in the 80s. Jesse, they used to stand out front and give samples of chicken. So all the kids would walk by and get the free chicken. And I was like, it's not that good. And those Chick-fil-A sandwiches were really expensive. I mean, in the 80s, those sandwiches were like $1.75 when you could go downstairs and get literally a 29-cent hamburger at Burger King, or 39 cents or whatever it was. But it was like a fraction of the cost for like, and then Chick-fil-A would never let me get extra pickles, which was a thing. Like, I'm sorry. I like a lot of pickles on my chicken sandwich. And if I can't have it my way with you, I'll have it my way with Burger King. They will put all the pickles I ask for on my sandwich. Bye-bye. So yeah. Dan, you like their milkshakes and the fries, not real potatoes? Whose milkshakes are you talking about? Because it's the reverse if it's In-N-Out. In-N-Out uses real potatoes in their French fries, but they do not use real ice cream in their milkshakes. But if you're talking about Jack in the Box uses real ice cream in their milkshakes, but their potatoes are not like real hand-cut potatoes on site. Why do I know this stuff? I have the weirdest knowledge set of all. Hi, Rodney. Nations. Hells yeah. As far as I know, you can eat Nations all day. Great burgers, especially if you like a quarter of an onion with it. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for coming by. And then Nations has pie. No one else has pie like Nations does. Justine, that was last night when you couldn't stay logged in. Got you. Dan, Jack in the Crack. I'm not impressed. As far as fast food goes, I guess Jack in the Box is like one of the better fast foods, but I pretty much quit eating fast food like last century, like literally in the 90s. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've eaten fast food since 2000. It's bad for you. People tell me I look young, probably because I don't eat fast food. Just saying. It might be. I don't know. Angela, you like the Habit burgers? I have never had the Habit, but the Habit used to be across the street from my yoga studio in Walnut Creek. And every time I would get out of yoga, I would get in the car and on my way to the car, I would take this. I would just get this huge like waft of Habit burger and be like, oh my God, I have to eat one of those right now. But then I would never have time. So I would just jump in the car and run away from the Habit burger. And I've never had one. Just never had the opportunity or the occasion. And it was not something I would go out of my way for, to eat a burger. Unless it was the Counter. Does anybody remember the Counter? Oh my God, that place in Walnut Creek was amazing. I think I'm thinking of the right one. They had incredible burgers and they had like peach cobbler milkshakes and stuff. I mean, you're eating a 2,000 calorie burger, milkshake, and fries when you're there, but it's worth it. That place I would go to. That's why I haven't been for so long, because a lot of calories. PJ, you haven't had a burger since doctor's orders and your personal trainer would kick your ass? Yeah, I rarely eat burgers anymore too. I just don't have the time in my diet, unless I'm making them at home. Justine, Nikki Blakk flies your airline. What can you do for me? And oh, by the way, I need accessible boarding because I'm a member of that club. That's funny. Brandon, Pizza My Heart strikes you as too hip to sell out to MAGA. Same with Five Guys. I don't know. Five Guys is the one with the peanuts, right? I ate there once. Pizza My Heart. We have one in Santa Cruz and San Jose. I ate there once. They seem cool. Joseph, you tried to drive to the Bay Area from Colorado today and you had to turn around in Wyoming for 70-mile-an-hour winds. Wow. Do you know 74 miles per hour is the minimum threshold for a Category 1 hurricane? Again, I know the dumbest shit. My knowledge set is crazy. But yeah, no, Chasta called me yesterday, day before. Yesterday. Time is a social construct. And she was like, it's 60-mile-an-hour winds out here on the coast. And I was like, wow. So that's why I had to Google to find out what the minimum threshold was for a hurricane. Because I was going to be like, are we getting a Cat 1 hurricane right now? But no, we were not. We were like very close though. Justine, you tried Dave's hot chicken for the first time. You got the not chicken menu, cauliflower sliders. Ooh, that sounds good. I was just talking about buffalo cauliflower from Alamo Drafthouse Theater with Steve Gorman today on the podcast because we were talking about movies. Hold on a second. I am going to move these. Yeah. We were talking about how the movies are so different nowadays. You know, it's like when we were kids, you used to go to the movies like every week. Every week you would go out to a movie theater and see something, sometimes twice. Sometimes you go Friday night, sometimes you go Sunday afternoon. But nowadays movies are like just so irritating. Just getting there, getting in, getting out, everything costing a fortune, half an hour of previews before the movie. You never know when the movie's actually going to start. And then the previews give away too much and yada, yada, yada. And that's when I was saying, he was saying one time he like walked out because somebody was talking too much, too loud, too often. And I was like, Alamo Drafthouse has it down. Anybody ever been to Alamo Drafthouse in the Mission? Because they will not let you talk during the film. And he was saying how he hates it, like, even if people aren't on the phone, like, just their phones lighting up. And it's like, yeah, your phone needs to be on D&D and then, like, down. Like, people's phones should not be lighting up in the theater. It's distracting and irritating. But I was saying how, like, dude, that don't fly at Alamo Drafthouse. They do not play. Plus, they have in-seat service with, like, a full cocktail bar with really good drinks and a great menu that they bring to your seat. Right. And I love their buffalo cauliflower. And then I can also just order cocktails. And the best part is that they sneak around, like scurrying around like little mice. And you can leave a little note at the edge of your table and they'll come and snatch that little note quietly and then gently deliver a cocktail to you during the film without disturbing you at all. It's amazing. I highly recommend Alamo Drafthouse, and no, they're not paying me to say that. If I could drive into the Mission more often, I totally would. Oh, that's why my headphones were so quiet, because I didn't have the microphone on yet. Derp, 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 derp. There we go. 1077 The Bone with Guns N' Roses and Sweet Child of Mine. I'm Nikki Blakk, and recently Guns N' Roses has released a couple of songs that they've reworked from the Chinese Democracy Session and then been promising new music. But Slash just said that new music is also probably going to be songs from the Chinese Democracy Session. And I would like somebody somewhere to please find Izzy Stradlin and get him back into songwriting for Guns N' Roses. Okay. And so, where were we? Medium spice level is delightful. Yeah, dude. I used to hate cauliflower, and then I found out you could deep fry it and drown it in hot sauce, and now I am wholly on board. Who knew? Angela, you have a Chick-fil-A in Vacaville, and you've never eaten there? Good. Why would you? Honestly, Chick-fil-A is popping up all over Northern California, and I don't know why. I don't know anybody that eats there, but apparently lots of people do, and I think those people are trash. Oh, I said it out loud. Yeah, I do. I think less of you if you eat at Chick-fil-A. Hey, Joseph. Dan, I do not understand you. That is accurate. Joseph, you miss Nations. I still have Nations. We have Nations in Concord still. Although I haven't been for a while, so maybe we don't. I'm pretty sure we do. Dan, you like Chili's? The 3 for me, $10.99. I don't know what that is, but I haven't been to a Chili's in ages because their food is not that good. I mean, it's not good for you. Their food is drowning in sugar, right? Have you ever eaten anything at Chili's that wasn't drowning in a sauce that tasted really weirdly sweet when you didn't? If you just next time you get something at Chili's, right? Just take your spoon and then take a little bit of that sauce and then just taste that sauce just all by itself. And tell me if you can't tell that sauce is like very corn syrup based or sugar based, because most of it is. And it's the same thing with their drinks, right? I was a kid. I used to go get chili quesadillas and strawberry margaritas at Chili's. But as a grown up, I now know that all of that is just drowning in sugar. Maybe not the chili per se, but their margaritas are just a mix, a little bit of tequila with a mix. Some of them aren't even tequila. Sorry, my cuticles need some trimming. Dan, I'm not missing much not eating at Habit. Well, don't let Justine hear you say that. Justine, you might get 2 sliders next time. All right. I mean, learn how to make it. That's the beauty. Michelle, you are right. Zachary's Pizza. None like it. And I was stoked when they opened a Zachary's Pizza near me. But you know what? I've actually only been there once because I hardly have time to go out to eat anymore. I'm always cooking. But, now that I got the home studio, I'm saving 2 hours a day. I just might. Jonathan, Five Guys, over $20 for burger, fries, drink. Damn. But it's good. Yeah, see, for $20, I could go buy some really nice grass-fed quality Angus beef. I could get a pound of that for like $10. And then with the other 10, I could do whatever I wanted. Probably get like a really nice cheese. Maybe a sourdough bread. Toasted just perfect. Oh, God, you guys are making me hungry. Justine, you admit you were distracted. You'll watch the podcast again. Well, some of this is stuff that we talk about today for next week's podcast. So you might not see it on the podcast from yesterday or from Tuesday. You'll see it on the podcast next Tuesday. Where's the one with the guy who has a book out? You had to read both to do the interview. Oh, that's Randy Bly. And I talked to him on Monday. So we actually don't have a date yet for that interview to be released. I was trying to convince, and that's something I forgot to bring up in my meeting today. Thank you for reminding me, Justine. I was trying to convince our social department because I talked to Randy for an hour and I thought that's kind of a lot. And I was going to try and talk the social department into splitting the interview into 2 halves so that we were dropping it a half an hour at a time. So we could do one next week and one the week after. But they were not down with that. They thought we should keep the hour altogether. And then I'm giving away tickets to Randy's spoken word the week of February 24th So we will likely be dropping the interview around that date. And then his spoken word is on March 12th at the Independent in San Francisco, which I am super bummed to miss because it turns out I will be in Florida for the Monsters of Rock cruise. Jacob, you've worked a movie screening at the Alamo Drafthouse Theater, King Arthur with the management. Cool. I'm sure you enjoyed the experience because Alamo Drafthouse is awesome. Tracy, the winds were terrible, and last night the wind chill was 32. Was it? I don't remember it being that cold last night. Oh, you're in DC, that's why. Brr. Yeah, we don't do cold here. We have what we call California cold, and that's anything under 50 degrees. We cry. It's so cold. I don't understand why it's so cold. Can I have a blanket? It's true. Angela Guns N' Roses is playing Birmingham in late June. Yeah, I don't have that kind of vacation time. If I did, I'd go and stay for a month, but nope. It'd be cool though. But no, I think I'm going to have to fly in on the 3rd so that I can land on the 4th. And then I'll be in Birmingham from the 4th to the 6th. And then I am going to stay in London for the next couple of days after that because there's something in London that I want to see. Sorry, this cuticle is making me crazy. I need to slice it off. Oh, Justine, you got the slow ride. Oh, you missed it. No, I'm sorry. Eben, you agree Izzy was the heart of Guns N' Roses? He was. He was the songwriting force in that band. And the second he left, it was garbage. Brandon, broccoli. It's the best. I do love me some broccoli. I'm not mad at broccoli. What you trying to say? Broccoli is good. But also deep fried cauliflower drowning in buffalo sauce. Also good. I'm not mad at vegetables. Here's the thing, right? You grow up as a kid with your parents not knowing how to cook vegetables. My mom, someone told her that vegetables were the most nutritious when frozen, when you buy them frozen. And then, because that technically is true, right? Frozen vegetables are flash frozen at the height of ripeness. The whatever, the best spot, best time to eat them, right? But then also, if you microwave them, which is not true, and despite the fact that I have shown her a million times that it is not true, she will still microwave frozen vegetables. And that is the way I ate vegetables my whole life, and which is why I thought I hated vegetables as a kid until I realized you could buy vegetables fresh and then actually cook them in a way that makes them delicious. And now I love vegetables. Go figure. Tracy, Nations in DC, Westlake Center, open 24 hours. Okay. Oh, Daly City. Oh, you were saying DC, and I thought you were talking about Washington, DC, but you were talking about Daly City. I see now. Now it all comes together. Westlake. Nations is in Westlake? Oh, when I went to San Francisco State, I used to hang in Westlake. I did a summer semester at before I went to San Francisco State, and I stayed at my brother's apartment, which was like in the apartment buildings right behind the Westlake Center. So every day for that whole summer, I was like living behind Westlake. Eben, you riced cauliflower, little Parmesan, garlic, and chives. That sounds good. I'm not mad. I don't like the ricers though. I have like repetitive motion injuries that are ow, right? I have repetitive motion injuries that are exacerbated by trying to grip things. So it is not good for me to rice, but I do have a Cuisinart. Nations is on Clayton Road in Concord. Thank you, Jonathan. I knew it was. That place rules. Justine, you will never eat at Chili's again, hence the Mexican cheese allergy. Oh, that's fair. But also, I don't think their Mexican cheese is a representative of every Mexican cheese, because Chili's, as a corporate owned chain, is probably purchasing all their food in bulk and then having it distributed to all of their locations for uniformity. So it's all being made in the same place, which means you could be allergic to something that Chili's produces that you would not be allergic to anywhere else, because Chili's is having some sort of proprietary blend of whatever it is. Or you're allergic to it, whichever. It could be both. Could be one or the other. But give it a try. Just have your EpiPen handy, just in case. Or some Benadryl. Why do I know all this shit? I know the weirdest things. Brandon, how long until we get commandos, sergeants saying to their soldiers, Charlie, don't surf at the beaches of Mexico? They're probably saying it now. I mean, I don't know. Justine will miss the poster background, but you'll love the Smokey and Bandit views. Just wait till you see. I have a background that is not posters, but it's curated, so to speak, with some memorabilia that I think is pretty cool. Dan, you do like the 2 for $6 sausage egg McMuffin? Oh my God, Dan, what the hell? That is vile. I mean, talk about corporate produced bland garbage that's, oh, Dan. Dan. How hard is it to toast an English muffin, scramble an egg, throw some cheese in there? That's all it is. That's all it is. For $6, you could buy the English muffins and a couple of eggs and some cheese. Make all the ones you want. I mean, I'm not doing the math right, but the eggs are probably going to be like $6, depending, because you're not buying the fancy eggs I buy. My eggs are like $10 a dozen. So, and then you what is it? 2, 4, 6, 6? Is it 6 that comes in a egg in a muffin pack, right? You can probably catch them on sale. We'll say 6 for $4. Say you use 2 eggs per, so that we can keep the math down. So you're making 6 of these things plus cheese. Cheese will be like $5. So that's like $5, $10, $15 for 6 sandwiches. Oh, hey, it's practically the same price, and you're eating healthy and cooking at home and not wasting all that paper that they wrap it in, and not getting all the extra salt that they put in the stuff to preserve it and all the other things. Oh, come on, Dan, you could do better. Do better. I've got faith in you. Michelle. Oh yeah, Michelle, I'm definitely going to Cliff Burton Day this Saturday in Castro Valley at the Chabot Theater. If you're going to Cliff Burton Day at the Chabot Theater in Castro Valley this Saturday, get your tickets in advance. They're only $10, and they are very close to selling out if they haven't already. Justine. Oh, thank you, Justine. I'm so glad you found us. Oh, hang on a second. I know what I was going to say. It's Soundgarden on 107.7 The Bone with Fell on Black Days. I'm Nikki Blakk, and I have a podcast called The Black Room that I share with former Black Crowes drummer Steve Gorman. Steve Gorman rocks in just a little while here on 107.7 The Bone every weeknight at 7 o'clock. And you can find our podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts already. Just do a title search for The Black Room and look for the one with the blue logo. That one's ours. You can also catch it on our YouTube channel as well. That is close, but I think it'll work. Well, okay. Oh, I should verify that, huh? And yeah. Oh, you guys, I totally forgot again to monetize this. Got to help me remember that. Otherwise, we don't get the 15 cents that we would get otherwise. It's so funny how, let's see. Okay, I go to content, right? And then lives, right? And then this live happening right now. This video is not being monetized. I can turn it on and save it, and boom. It's just that easy. I got to remember to do that. That's one of the things I was just talking to. You guys will like this. So I was just talking to our digital team leader, who is brilliant, about the podcast that I do with Steve Gorman. And she was like, have you thought about seeing if you and Steve can do the podcast as a live stream? She's like, and then you can just save the live stream audio and we'll capture the audio and continue to use it for the podcast. But for the video, instead of you guys recording it and then having us like do a production of it and then upload, you could just do it live and see what happens. And I was like, I like that idea. But then to monetize it, I would have to be like, hey, Steve, we're live, but hold on while I go click over to monetize this, which is kind of awkward, but we'll see. Maybe, you know what? I need to look into that because I'll bet you there's a way. Well, no, because I need the logistics won't work because I have to have the StreamYard app for Steve to dial in with me. Well, anyway, things that we're working on for the future. Angela, you'll be in London mid-June. What do you need to see non-touristy? I don't know. I have only been to London a few times and I haven't been there for very long each time. Some of the things I've done in London are amazing Indian food. It's I think it's called Brick Row or something like that, where you can go and get great Indian food. And then right down the street from that Brick Row place is a very cool pub that has like a giant Iron Maiden mural out front. That's fun. The British Museum is epic and entry is free. And it's where you'll see so many things that Britain looted from other cultures. But it's totally worth it. It's fantastic. I one time when I went, I stayed like right across the street from it. And I basically went over there every morning. I think we were there for 3 or 4 days. And I went over every morning to try and get into British Museum and see as much as I could. It was awesome. And it's famous for where the Rosetta Stone is. And I forget what else off the top of my head. Jack the Ripper was in Whitechapel, and you can Google a bunch of locations to see where Jack the Ripper like killed people. There's a ton of stuff like that. Fish and chips. The British can fry like I've never had fried before in my life. You got to get the fish and chips. You got to get a Guinness or a nice pint of something like a Bass Ale. What else have I done in England? See, when I went to England, I mostly ate food and saw Exodus. Exodus played 2 nights when I was there. Oh, the English breakfast. You've got to get English breakfast. Like this is me. This is me. I've been in London twice now. And both times all I really did was like go see bands and eat food. And the British Museum. Oh, and I saw a play in the West End. Look now for plays in the West End that you want to see, because when I was there, the Harry Potter musical, the Harry Potter play was there. And the building was stunning. Like it was like the Broadway version on acid of what we got, the touring production of Harry Potter here. And I was super bummed because I didn't know it was happening there. And of course it was like crazy advance sold out. So without that, there was no way I was going to be able to see any of it. And I was just blown away just by, it's hard to explain, but like the outside of the building was decorated Harry Potter with stuff just like coming out of the building on the outside. I could only imagine what the play was like inside. Because the play that I saw here, by the time it came here to, what was it? Not the Current, was it the Current? I think it was the Current, was a phenomenal production inside here. So I'm sure it was like 10 times bigger there. Just like when I saw American Idiot here, it was a great production, but when I saw it on Broadway, it was like 10 times bigger and better. So yeah, West End, check out a play and look for something that you can get tickets to now online, because there might be something that's sold out when you get there and you'll be bummed that you can't see it, because it's incredible. West End plays. Keep reminding me and I'll see what else I can remember. Or if it's earlier in the day, because I'm out of time now, I'll look through my phone I'll just geo search London and show you stuff that I did while I was there. Because right now this is just what I can remember off the top of my head. Dan, you like barbecued zucchini? I like zucchini in all kinds of ways. I'm cool with the zook. Although, I'm not super into the spiralizing like a lot of people are. I have spiralized and it's not bad, but it's not great. Brandon, you like soy sauce on cauliflower? I'm not mad at it, but it's not exciting me either. Jacob, you need some rock star advice. What do I do for a migraine? Someone triggered you. You don't smoke or drink, so you deal with your emotions and feelings straight up. Do you, though? There's having them, and then there's dealing with them, and that is two different things, my friend. Two different things. Migraines. Water, caffeine, sugar, blindfold, take a nap. That's what I do. Also, Excedrin migraine. That stuff works. Works better than Imitrex, which is the prescription migraine stuff. Oh, have a good time at the gym, PJ. Dan, but no sausage. Oh, I don't get sausage if you want sausage on your McMuffins. But what I'm saying is everything will be of higher quality and better flavor if you are making it yourself with stuff that you buy. And it will cost about the same or less. Plus, it'll be super fresh and hot and crispy and yummy. Jacob, if sirloin steak was for dinner, where's my meat house? Cattleman's, Kinder's, Back 40, or Black Angus? Cattleman's, I think the closest Cattleman's is in Dixon. And when I was a kid, I loved Cattleman's, and Cattleman's barbecue sauce was like one of my favorite things. But since then, it's too out of the way. Kinder's, I used to live across the street from Kinder's. So yeah, I love Kinder's, but I haven't been there lately. Back 40, I've been to Back 40 a couple of times. It's good. Not something I go out of my way for, though, because I know how to make my own barbecue. So I'm not going to go to a chain for barbecue anymore. I'm just going to make my own. Black Angus, I don't think I've eaten there. Hang on a second, guys. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome, Dan. Justine, forget the internet. I'm the information superhighway. Nikki Blakk, she knows stuff. That Justine is going to be that's going to be the title of my next live stream. Nikki Blakk, she knows stuff. Brandon, speaking of cheese, what's my favorite organic cheese to buy at Costco? Costco does not have enough organic cheeses available. If you'll notice, a lot of them are not organic. They do have an organic imported English cheddar that I like, but I suspect it is being frozen in transport at some point because it comes out too crumbly. Laura Schnell's, except it's not an organic, but it's a local, so that's why I get it at Costco. Laurel Schnell's chèvre. It's like a organic. It's like not organic. It's a goat cheese. Sorry, Laura Schnell's has an organic, but it's not the one at Costco. It's not organic, but Costco has like a block of Manchego cheese that I absolutely love, and I don't think the rest of them are organic. I think most of my organics I have to get at either Whole Foods or Rainbow. I have faith in you, Dan. I have faith that you, as a grown-ass man, can go to a grocery store and select some sausage, some English muffins, some cheese, and some eggs, and then fry them up. And here is a tip. If you get the sausages that need to be cooked, they all need to be cooked. But if you're getting sausage that you're making your own patties with, you can make the patties one at a time and then or put them in a bag or put them in a container so that they stay ready to make. And then you can pull one out, you put it in the pan and you cook the patty. And then when you're done with the patty, you put the egg on top of the sausage grease to cook. And then you put them both onto your toasted with cheese on it English muffin. And it's going to be like a bajillion times better than anything you ever bought wrapped in paper at McDonald's. I guarantee it. Justine, yeah, it's a lot of black, right? The black room. I'm just trying to get people to remember my podcast. Oh, right, Queen. What was I going to say about Queen? Was I going to say something about Queen, you guys? I feel like I had a Queen thing. All right. 107.7 The Bone and Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm Nikki Blakk, and Queen's Night at the Opera is turning 50 this year. And in the process, it is getting a book all about the deep dive into the recording of Queen's Night at the Opera. Hopefully, I will have more details on that when the book is out, but soon, I promise. The Bone and Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody. All right. Whoops. And then that, and then that, and then that. Ah, perfect timing. I love it when it's on time. All right. Okay. All the buttons are pushed. Where were we? Hey, yeah, no problem, Angela. Like I said, hit me up periodically. Especially if you catch me at the beginning of a live stream, I can pull up the photos and then talk about the last couple trips to England I had. We'll make an episode out of it. Oh, there we go. Brandon, you've heard British food is terrible. Well, not really. I mean, there is terrible British food. That is true. However, the national food of Britain these days is not so much the British food as it is Indian food. And as Steve Gorman informed me this afternoon, Birmingham is the birthplace of the British Indian food that we know and love. And it's not India, it's Birmingham. And the guy who invented chicken tikka masala only passed away a few years ago. And so the Indian food that we know that is basically the national cuisine of England at this point, was created by people of Indian descent living in England and apparently in Birmingham. So he's like, you're going to ground zero for Indian food. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Well, you'll see it when we drop the podcast next week, how excited I got when he told me that. But there's a lot of really good traditional English food as well, because my former roommate, she's English, and her mom got together with her aunts and her grandmother and her family, her extended family got together, and they made a recipe book out of their holiday roast dinner. And so, because I'm the best roommate ever, a couple of times I have made it for her. It's massive. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner, but like huge, right? And it's like a roast bird with root vegetables and other vegetables and minted peas and Yorkshire puddings and roast potatoes and what am I forgetting? Oh, a trifle for dessert, like all this stuff, right? So all of those things are delicious and they're English food. So I think the British food is terrible thing comes from like post-war Britain when they were struggling, and maybe like pre-trade Britain when everything was boiled. But yeah, they've come a long way, baby, is what I'm trying to say. Especially in London, you know, in the major metropolitan areas, you're going to have some incredible cuisine. Like at Brick Row. Like I said, I went to Brick Row and it was like, it's just nothing but Indian places. It's like the Chinatown it's like the Indian version of Chinatown in San Francisco. It's all Indian food restaurants, just one after another. And everything is amazing. Angela, you want to see local music? Yeah, remind me. There's an area that's really cool, and I can't remember what it's called, that has some cool clubs. I think one of the clubs is called the End of the World. I think that's where Exodus played. I'll have to see if I can figure. Again, remind me, because a lot of it's in my phone, and I just don't have time because I have to go. I'm off work, and you guys are keeping me late. But remind me, and I'll get you some names of some places if you don't find it on like TripAdvisor or something. I like TripAdvisor because it's got people's reviews on top of what the website recommends. Oh, you're doing Harry Potter? Nice. Dan, so are their cars? I don't know what that was in relation to. Hi, Christopher. Happy Wednesday to you too. You're into asparagus with roasted garlic, marsala wine, olive butter, topped with Romana cheese. Not mad at that. Joseph, is Joe's Deli still in Fairfield? They had the best French dip. Is that the place next door to Armio? Because I went to Fairfield High, so I only ever heard of it. If it's what I'm thinking of, but I don't know. I don't, and I definitely don't know if it's still there. Sorry. My headset turns blue. I did not know that. What would be better, English muffin, bagel, or croissant? Dan, it's your choice, brother. You're ordering from the kitchen. You get the thing you want. See what's on sale that week. I have learned the hard way that if you put a fried egg inside of a bagel, that fried egg will explode and the yolk will spill down all over you. So just be careful of that. Maybe scramble those eggs. But yeah, you could use anything you want, dude. Put it on wheat toast if you wanted to. I'm just saying you could recreate the Egg McMuffin, or you could make any breakfast sandwich that your heart desires, and it will be better for you than an Egg McMuffin, because the Egg McMuffin is kind of the bottom of the barrel. Jacob, you worked at Kinder's. You know Justin Kinder very well. Okay. You triggered him with your name. You joked before you bought a firearm for security that you watched Scarface and it clicked for you. Find a Frank. You met Frank Somerville. Just okay. Christopher, Night of the Opera came out in 74 or 75. It came out in 75 because it's 50 this year and it's 2025 now. And 75 to 25 is 50. Brandon, do I ever think we will see an end to the Star Wars movies and shows? No, not as long as people still, no, never an end. Because it's been sold to a corporation and corporations can't die, and the corporation will continue to, especially Disney, Disney will vault it and then bring it back and vault it and bring it back. So yeah, it's never going to stop. Justine, you saw a quick interview with Freddie Mercury, and the interviewer asked him why he didn't do interviews. And he said he keeps to himself before he has to get, he keeps to myself, have to get to before he's comfortable. Virgo. Okay. Brandon, Indian food is the bomb. Absolutely. Justine, because his birthday was September 5th. Oh, well, happy Virgo season when it gets here. Christopher, only Yorkshire puddings, Cornish pasties, bubble and squeak, and trifle. I have made Yorkshire puddings, bubble and squeak, and trifle. I have not made Cornish pasties because my friend was from Hastings, not Cornwall. The best part of the day begins now. Whoop. It's time to get your rock. Okay, so I am so late. I have got to go. I'm just going to finish these out. Oh my God, Rodney, enough with the India Palace. You're like a commercial now. I'm never going to go there. Now you have forced me to cut off my nose to spite my face. Thanks, Angela. Christopher, your great grandma was born in Norfolk, in Norwich. Nice. Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Isn't it so much nicer today?
Huh?
It's nice today.
Yeah.
The sun.
Yesterday, terrible. Today is beautiful. Hot.
I was so confused.
I know. And maybe tomorrow reading again.
No, no, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
I thought it was Friday. Oh well, but yeah, I hope the good weather sticks with us. I honestly haven't looked. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you looked?
Well, they say in Tuesday raining.
Oh, it is going to rain tomorrow.
Friday, sun.
Oh,
well,
it's going to bounce. It is going to bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right.
But sometimes another weather place is different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the place I watch, they say tomorrow raining.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize it was raining. And I walked out the door and was like, I had to run back in and grab an umbrella.
It's windy and raining.
It was awful.
Awful, yeah.
It was, what do they call it? Atmospheric river.
Yeah. It's coming from Hawaii.
Is that where it comes from?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
See, you know we're late when the cleaning guy's getting out of here before I am. Oh, thanks, Justine. Oh, Joseph, you remember they were on West Texas Street? Yeah, that's by Armio. That's the other high school. So I was almost never on that side of town. Weird, I know, but Christopher, the Fairfield skating rink, Skateland. Skateland is now a youth center. It's leased by the city of Fairfield. Somebody owns it, and then they're leasing it to the city of Fairfield as like a PAL center for kids. I just happen to know because one of my high school besties is in charge. Thank you, Justine. I appreciate it. I do have to get going. Eben, bangers and mash, ovs. English breakfast is my favorite thing. Beans on toast, bangers and mash. I'll even eat the tomato. Why not a roasted tomato once in a while? Hi, Kevin. Yep, I will be at I will be at Cliff Burton Day on Saturday for sure. Thank you, Justine. Figure it out, Dan. Napalm Deather from Birmingham. Yeah, so is Judas Priest and Black Sabbath, and there's somebody else that I'm just not remembering off the top of my head, but yeah. Thanks for the math, Justine. Somebody needed it. Tracy, you're gonna miss me tomorrow. Ah, oh, you're gonna be at becoming Led Zeppelin. Nice. Yeah, another friend of mine is doing that too, and I was like, I really slept on getting those tickets, despite warning everybody else. This week's been so busy. I believe in you, Dan. You can do this. You can make a better breakfast sandwich than McDonald's can. I promise you. All right. Thanks, Jacob. I am going to Birmingham. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's not an if. It's a when. I just have to book the flights. I've already got the hotel. Oh, yeah, Justine, the janitor. He's such a nice guy. He's just a ray of sunshine every time he walks in here. Okay, Dan, yeah, document that thing because all the kids are putting their food on social media these days, right? All right, guys, I am out. I'll talk to you tomorrow.